So the HP Electronic PDM, just wanted to test that the ones we bought were okay, and just did a quick mash up just to make sure everything was good. So had to ground two connections, one on either plug, and there is a 1/2 amp supply from the unit with an ignition return. So simple enough. Basically now this thing thinks it's plugged into the car. Yes, okay, that's not a 200 amp supply, but we're not really switching anything at the moment. So got the unit to fire up, connected USB via the free software on the net, and now I uploaded the quick file, and basically I've been going through it and just looking at all the options we have, which is awesome, to be honest. Obviously you have your normal, there's 11 normal connected inputs. Then obviously you have an array of 30 CAN inputs, sorry, 32 bullets. Yeah, there's an array of 32 CAN inputs you can do, so technically over the network, and there are 20 virtual inputs. Now the virtual inputs allow you to do a little bit of PLC style programming. So depending on maybe the current from something else, or depending on like you can't turn your fog lamps on unless your low beams are on. If your high beams are on, you have to turn the fog lamps off. That's like a European directive. So you basically create a virtual input that looks at have you selected the fog lamps? Yes, so you'll see an actual input or a CAN input, because it'll be from the the CAN-based keyboard. Is the fog light switch on? Yes. Is the dip beam on? So either lights are on, the dip beam on? Yes. Okay, then you can fire the output. But if the dip beam isn't on, if the high beam's on, it turns the fog lamps off at the front. So that's kind of it's a decision-making process. So you've got 20 virtual inputs, so you can program. Let's click back to the top. Where are we? Virtual inputs. There you go, variant inputs. So basically you can set a virtual input, so you can look at the switch input, and it's and, or nor. This is so PLC speak, or PLC ladder speak, and then you can set the output as to true or not. So yes, they work, which is great. They are brand new, and they were brand new, but you know, not that I don't trust everybody else, but they did come a little cheaper than normal, so I just wanted to make damn sure that it worked, which it does. Excellent. Since then, I've realized that ECU masters do a CANBus protocol style TPMS system with the 4 wheel speed, with the 4 tire pressure monitoring system, pressures and temperatures, which is good. So basically we'll buy that. So basically the CAN information will go to the ECU via that little box. So we've presently got about 5 different things on the CAN network. We've got the ECU. The ECU obviously needs to speak to the PDM for some things. Then you've got the dashboard. So you've got the PDM, ECU, dashboard. What else do I think of? Oh yeah, there's the CAN-based keyboard. Then if I go TPMS system, then that will go onto the network as well. And then there's a possibility that we're going to put a small like an inch square PCB board, which I can easily hide into the back of here, build a little module that'll basically wrap around the back of the steering wheel, and we'll sandwich it between the quick disconnect and this, and then we'll put whatever switch gear we want directly onto the steering wheel itself. So we'll have a mode select button at the bottom, so you can run, you know, whatever rotary switch basically for mode select. You have a second rotary switch possibly for the, say, like the wiper delay, so that works on that. You can have the wipers on and off, fast and slow. maybe the indicators, all depends on what I want to put on there. But basically that little tiny module, I say it's CANBus, so basically just has a CAN high, CAN low signal, and then 2 more cables that basically are the power and ground. So 4 cables will connect the steering wheel basically to the system. So we'll have to have a sort of a curly cable wrap around the column, just to make sure this won't be wireless. I have been confirmed the fact that you can disconnect and reconnect a CAN device off of the network without causing any harm, as long as it's not the end of the CAN line and the terminated resistor, which is perfectly fine. So because obviously the steering will be being disconnected or not. So we'll have to have, as well as having the obviously the the removable part of the steering wheel there, we'll have to have an electrical connection as well. So that's on that side. Molds, carrying on. We're on to the 3rd section of the side sill mold on this one, and then the 2nd section on that one. There's 5 sections underneath, so it's still pretty boring going on. The diffuser mold, or the diffuser tunnel mold now, is just curing, just waiting to go off. So you can see the huge black flanges on there, which realistically the only part we need is going to be the part that's behind here. But we need these flanges just to make the vacuum bagging considerably easier. So the 2 or the 3 molds petality for the diffuser are done. Then I can build the diffuser, and we're just playing on this. Oh God, yeah, fumes galore. Anyway, happy Christmas to everybody else. Hope your families are well, and yeah, as more bits and pieces come along, I'll post more videos. Speak to you soon.